Hello everyone, welcome back to another review, and today we have Ultra Magnus from the Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy. Now this one is actually a leader class toy. It comes with a lot of accessories, it comes with a lot of detail, and I can't wait to actually get into depth with reviewing this figure. Now this is the box that he came in. We have the artwork on the side, it says the class, which is basically, it's a leader class. Here we have in the back what it can do. So one thing I did realize about this Ultra Magnus is it can turn into the white Optimus Prime that they have. The trailer mode looks pretty good right in person, as well as him with a somewhat of pulsability. And there you can see there's a little bit more of detail in the front, or on the side of the box. Now overall, this figure looks really nice, and it feels nice in hand. He's very sturdy, he doesn't move around that much, especially in the arms or legs. The legs, they have a bit of weight to them, so if you really do it with force, they kind of like jiggle around. It's honestly not that big of a deal unless like you're inactively like playing with it and constantly moving it around. Then there would kind of cause a slight problem. Now for this version, there's actually currently 3 versions out there. There's a premium finish version, and there is the more of like the G1 look to it. So I decided to get this one. This one comes with the battle damage, like kind of scorching, or like, yeah, type of scorching marks on the chest. It comes with scratches all over the feet. I don't know if you can see that right there. It also comes with scratching marks around the forearm area and towards the back too. And honestly, the painting and the detail is really nice. And I find it to be something that's like, it looks rough and edged and rigid, but overall I think it's a really cool look to it. Now here are some of the accessories that it comes with. So it comes with your normal blaster, or I guess in his case it's a heavy rifle. He comes with 2 of these pistol looking things. They are a bit hollow in the inside, so I would recommend just having this side of the face pointing at all times. He does come with his iconic shoulder cannons. Once again, they are a bit hollow. So for the price point that it is, which is currently at $54.99, I think they could have done a little bit better in filling in the gaps on some of these weapons. But overall, I think that the figure itself stands for that price. Getting a little bit up close and personal, here you can see a little bit of detailing that I was talking about. The little battle damage, same thing on his arms. See there, you got the little scorch marks. And his legs too, they seem like withered or kind of like dirty. In this case, it looks kind of like muddy, which I think it gives the figure a lot of like story to it. Obviously he came on the show, he was constantly fighting. The one thing that I did mention was the white Optimus Prime mode. So here it's actually pretty easy to do. First you begin with taking off the shoulders to reveal that insignia that he has there about the Autobots. Then after this you want to disconnect the back like so, push this up, and then here you would see that this is connected. So all you have to do is just take it off. It's pretty easy. And then the forearms are gonna be towards the same. So here you're gonna see a little gap. You can just take that off, and then you'd have to slide this piece kind of off his arm. This is a bit tight, so you're gonna have to give it a little bit of force to actually like take it off, as well as the same arm. Do the same thing on the other side. There you go. Now for his legs and for the belt piece, this belt piece is pretty easy. You just take it off and then flip it. So there you see, it's also another detail part of it, which I think the little like teal or silver blue looks really well against the white. And for the legs, it's kind of same thing. It's kind of just slid in there. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of just slid in there, so you can just kind of pop this out like so. Same thing on the other leg, just kind of pop it out. Now for the backpack, to not make him look like he's so thick, you could actually slide this upwards. This is the part where it gets a bit jammed, so you're gonna have to do a little bit of pressure. Or at least my figure does. So let's see if I can actually do this. Well, looks like I can't do this. I'm gonna do it off camera. Okay, so I did find out actually how to remove it. Now, so for here, you kind of have to push this forward, his chest piece, and that right there is kind of like it was hidden under that, so this makes it easier for it to slide up like so. Pushes back, and there you have it. Now for it to take out his head, you have to kind of like pull his arms apart, like so, and this chest piece can actually take off. So once you do that, it comes out. You should see his head. There it is. Close his arms back up. And now with his feet, because you might seem that he's unstable, you just pull these levers down here. Let me just get these out of the way. And there you have it. The white Optimus Prime figure, or the secret alt mode that he has. This is with him with a few of his accessories. You know, he has his main blaster. He also has these two gun pieces. They have little pin joints here, so you can honestly just plug him into his forearm, which you can see there's a slot there for. Just plug it in like so. Make it seem like it's coming out of his forearm. And if not, you know, if that doesn't appeal to you, you can also always have this in his hand, kind of like dual pistols, even though they're they're humongous for him. So that's him in his white mode, or in his Optimus mode. Now the thing I did want to mention was all this detailing that's on his chest. It looks so cool. I like how it's like transparent, but I wish they were like that a little bit more of the figure, because it's cool and all. It just sticks out way too much. So that's like kind of the only piece there that's transparent, which kind of also makes it seem like it's not supposed to be there. But for me, I think it's really cool. Now, as far as transformation goes, it's pretty straightforward for the white part. I find the trailer part, or like the back of the truck mode, to be a little bit harder. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do this, and then we're gonna move on to the actual truck part. The first thing you do here is kind of like we did it before when he took on his head. Kind of pull his arms apart, pull his head down, kind of hide the head right there, tie it back into place. Now for here, you actually pull this car forward, or pull his chest piece forward, and then pull this down, because that's going to be the front of the car. Let's see if this works for me today. There you go. And then after that, you kind of swivel his body and then bring his arms back. So this is going to have a tab right here. This is going to tab right into there. So you just put his arms back, make sure to fold his arms 90 degrees. There you go, you should hear that click. That means it's tabbed into place. Same thing with the other arm. Just kind of have it at the 90-degree angle, like so. Push it in, and there it is for that top part of the trailer, or the truck mode. Now after that, what you want to do is fold in these tabs again, and then bring his whole chest up, or his whole legs up. Now for here, there's actually tabs right there, I don't know if you can see it. There's two tabs right there. So that's actually going to plug in into that part of his leg. It's like very small, so try not to miss it. It's right there. So that one tabs in, and that goes in too. Then you want to bring up the legs and attach them together. And so that's how you do the first part of the truck mode. So now for the actual trailer mode, what you want to do is have these two pieces, his shoulder pieces, kind of connect together. So you're going to bring this down on both sides. Once that's done, you tab it into place. Now one thing I did mention, failed to mention, so all of his armor is what turns into the trailer, which I think is really cool, and it's a really smart engineering design aspect, because like it's so compact and everything just fits so well. So then what you're going to want to do with the legs is pull these apart, extend it all the way out. This will go back into normal, kind of straighten it right there. Same thing with this side. You want to pull it out from where it's tabbed, and this fully extends. So just extend it all the way out, and same thing, you just close it, and there you have it. That's that part of the trailer mode. Before you actually connect these two together, what's gonna happen is you're gonna take his chest portion, extend everything all the way out, and then when you come to this part, this opens up. So once you open this up, like so, you want to flip it upside down, and then after that, you want to get his legs and his like thigh portion, and kind of where this is tabbed in, see the little hole right there, you want to tab that into there, and then this part will slide in easily. Same step on the other side. I'll grab this piece. Gonna tab it in together. And that creates it so it actually locks into place. Now these tabs, there's gonna be a lot of like tabbing into place. These tabs connect into this portion right here. So you wanna lower these and kind of make sure they snap into place like so. Same thing on this side, kind of snap into place. Now with this portion, these are also other two tabs that flip into there. So once you push that, you want to make sure it slides in like so, like that. Notice on the other side it doesn't have that. So then you take it off again. If you know, you can do this multiple times. Same thing, they're all lined up. Kind of push it together. Once that lines up, everything should start coming into place nice and neat. Now for this portion, these two tabs are gonna tab into here to kind of hold it into place like so. Same thing on the other side. These two tabs are gonna tab into that. So then you push together. There you go. That's the part. So once you have the trailer mostly done, there are some pieces of here of the armor with the forearms and the shoulders. These easily connect into the vehicle mode. So for these, they're gonna be stored right under the trailer. So this is gonna go right here. You can see that this piece right here, this hole, is gonna punch into that. So you wanna just tab that in, like so. Now for me, this did come apart. It's easy to put it back into place. Same thing here. This is gonna tab into that portion right there. If you can focus the camera, right there. Kind of just slide that in. See, now that they're tabbed into place, you grab these part of the shoulders, and this is gonna be the hook to actually slide into that part of the trailer or the truck mode. So what you're gonna do is, see these two like circular points? These also connect into there. So what I tend to do first is kind of take these apart, slide one by one. So once you have that, it's gonna stay in place. Same thing here. It's gonna stay into place. Kind of make sure they align together, like so. And once you have that, the rest should be pretty simple. Just get the two trailer pieces, stick them in. You're gonna hear a click. You can also look at it from the bottom. See right there? So that tabbed into place. Now for these parts, to actually make it secured, what you wanna do is bring the trailer down, and these hooks right here are gonna have to connect into this. So then you're gonna have to wanna make sure they tab in. For example, that already locked, so that should be good. Same thing on this side. You have your two hooks right there. And then you have the spot which is gonna connect to, which is gonna be that. You push it in. Now that that's secured, that's how it looks in this truck form, or in a Cybertronian trailer. Now obviously you have the option to put them as accessories, like shown in the picture. You can put these guns towards here, just set them aside, like so. Same thing with these shoulder pieces. You can have them tabbing into here, towards the side of the trailer. And then with this main gun, you have two options. You can put it either here, towards the back, or you can have it towards the front. It's your choice. So I like to preferably have it in the back, just because it looks very sleek towards these with the bottom. And same thing here, you can just rotate it up, more of like an attack form, or like if he's attacking. He also does have a little bit of like sculpting aspects to it, like little miniature guns. Unfortunately, they're not blast compatible, and these, every single pieces of these are blast compatible. So for example, I'm gonna get some blast effects that I have lying around, if I can end up finding them. So they are blast effect compatible. So you can nicely just stick it in there, that stays there. This can also go in this tiny gun. So they pretty much go with anything. Same thing with this main gun. Kind of slick it in. Now for these pieces, for the shoulder cannons, it's a bit difficult. You can put them on. I just find it a bit difficult to stay on. Mostly because they're very like, the access point for the blast effect is very small. And this can barely hold on to it, so just a little bit of movement, it just falls off. Whereas these, you actually have like the full length inside the gun here, right there. You can actually just stick it in all the way. And there you have it. Him in his attacking form with the blast effects. So if you did end up liking the review, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing many of these videos in the future, and I'm thinking about uploading weekly, bi-weekly, just depends on what I have. I have a lot of figures to review, so I'm going to start with those. Once I get into new figures and I get more into my collection, that's where I'm also going to do unboxing videos as well as going in-depth reviews. As of right now, TikTok, there's small little like caps of or videos of me reviewing them, not in depth, but if you guys do want to see more in-depth reviews, just like and comment.